fascinating to watch. You've got different personalities all around throughout the team. Truls moregard, it's funny, compared to his brother apparently, is actually slightly more traditional of a player, which is tough to imagine because almost every rally you have has at least one or two shots where you just go, wow, who else does that? And for those of you newer to table tennis, normally you see a lot of topspin and backspin. For example, if someone's attacking, they're going to open up with topspin and play backspin push shots, more short shots to keep the opponent off the attack. But Truls, from flat slaps to behind the backs to hand switches, lobs, chop blocks, side spin, it all comes out here. So the coin toss. Truls calling the red, Sam Walker black. Sam Walker says, stay where I am. Choose the right side of the table. And Truls moregard will be receiving. So a lot of power here. It's really amazing that full arm stroke that he has. We don't see too much from others. 20 years old, world rank number 6, already 8 years a pro. A title to his name, and he's come quite close. World Championships last year, making it all the way to the final against all odds.
Right, yeah. I had the pleasure of commentating his very first career win, WTT Contender Budapest. And yeah, just the epitome of difference and uniqueness, Truls moregard, with that cyber-shaped racket as well. Some new technology coming there from Stiga.
And here we've got the head-to-head between these two. Truls 1-0. They've only played once before, but the best record you could have. 4 in the world, the highest world ranking for moregard. Sam Walker is a very steady player. 2016 was an incredible year for him. This is the man himself. A clutch player for the British boys at the World Championships as well. So wow, the warm-up is done. The 27-year-old on-screen, world rank 105. We'll start off with the 2 serves. Best of 5, love all. Already a chop block out of Truls moregard and a steady parallel loop from Sam Walker to take the first point.
Sam Walker is a very steady player, good in the rally. See a lot of nice highlight points from him.
And a behind the back attempt just in case, but the shot goes long off of moregard's forehand. Sam Walker's a very hard worker. Not just, yeah, he's steady, he's very physically active. Good timing here. Moregard taking it early off the bounce. No chance to cover the wide angle there.
Yeah, you see Sam Walker in a lot of close, gritty matches. He almost likes to dig deep.
Close. He's got the feeling. We know that. A little break off the net here for Sam Walker to pull ahead by 2 once again.
These two know each other quite well as well. I know that England go over to countries like Denmark and Sweden for training camps. There'll be a lot of mutual respect off the table. Off the table friends, on the table foes though right now.
Good start from Sam Walker. He got into the point well. Truls deflecting all the tough shots here.
One of the strengths of Truls moregard, the ability to just stay close to the table, hug it, just contain, and then that punch that can come out of nowhere as well. Change the dynamic of spin, and that's really hard to counteract.
Yeah, the versatility in his game. There's Jorgen Persson on the left, 1991 men's singles world champion. Spent 2 decades being part of a duo that caused major problems for China. From 89 through 93, world champion Sweden.
Not a bad guy to have in the corner, is it?
Not at all. Everyone reacts a little differently to a service warning. Truls moregard was warned for not tossing the ball nearly vertical. Nearly vertically. This is something that actually is quite common in table tennis. Meaning a lot of players do toss the ball not so straight as Sam Walker just did. Now for those of you just joining us, this is a team contest. First team to win 3 matches wins the team tie. And each match is first player to win 3 games. Games are played to 11 points, must win by 2.
4-5.
Players will alternate serves every 2 points played until 10-10. Then it'll be every point. Nice angle here. Moregard saying, I feel quite safe keeping it deep in your backhand. From that far behind the table, few are going to win the point with a big counter. Nice side spin, too.
Yeah, definitely. You're encouraged to take the ball early, but when you're away from the table, Sam Walker, as you can see, lets the ball drop to try and generate more spin, which would give him time to come back in, if possible. You don't want to hit the ball too hard when you're too far back, because then they can just block it and you can't recover in time. So some nice rallies like that in the past.
At the second towel break here, I think not just the shape of the racket, but I think the grip that Truls moregard has, even on his serve. You want to talk to us a little bit about that?
It was called the hammer grip, right? And I think it's something he's tried to develop and try and modernize a little bit more. As you say, he's a very traditional Swedish player stylistically. But before, he would only really block and punch with the backhand, but now he can open up with the backhand a little bit better than what he used to be able to do as a junior.
Feels like not long ago, the Youth World Championships, the Junior World Championships, he was taking down some big names from China.
Yeah, yeah.
Played to the final.
Two-time runner-up, losing to 2 Chinese in both finals. I think Chih-Yuan in 1. And near the Zhang Peng.
Zhang Peng we saw here recently. China runs deep. A lot of practice partners around. But that is an outstanding turn there. So tough to predict where he's going to go. He's very deceptive in his game.
That serve just loaded there. Wide as well, so.
Quick business here, Truls moregard, 11-5, and a bit of frustration from Sam Walker. Understandable as they were back and forth a bit. Sam Walker taking the first 2 points in this game, but quickly grabbing the reins and the steering wheel here is the vice champion, Truls moregard. So here the scores on screen, 11-5, to show how dangerous and adaptable Truls moregard can be. At the World Championships last year, came back from 0-3 down. Now the British boys with no coach in the corner. It'll be an all-team affair here as they talk each other through.
Sen är det nog bra, han har bara sagt till den så vi jobbar fint på den. Det är bra. Bara fortsätter så bara vara ifrån. Kör vi.
England, you threw your racket. Don't do that again. You threw the racket.
So it appeared a yellow card was given to Sam Walker for throwing his racket.
Set game. Sweden to the level.
He didn't love it, but he dismissed it well enough, said okay. Right into the body, perfect shot here from moregard to start it off.
1 love.
And we were talking, Adam, about how different players respond to something like that or a service warning. And typically more European players will have a more animated response to losing as well, but we see Truls moregard has made some amazing comebacks after receiving yellow cards.
It's almost like he thrives on them. A little bit of danger, a little bit of chaos. Yeah. Warning, yeah, warn me all you want.
Yeah.
I don't think he's doing it to get in anyone else's head. I think it's partially just being young and emotional.
Yeah.
But he definitely wears his heart on his sleeve when he plays.
Like you say, against Lim Jong-hoon and against Chih-Yuan as well at the Summer Series in Budapest.
For anyone who's watching table tennis on the internet out there, it's these have been case studies that have gone around quite a bit.
Good there from Sam Walker, good aggression early on. He needs to, though. He needs to, and almost if you slow spin into Truls moregard's backhand, you're aware of the chop block.
Chop block, counter punch. There's just a wide variety of things that can come off the racket from Truls. Now, in case you're curious what that yellow card means, yes, it's a warning that doesn't cost you any points, but if it happens again, it does cost him a point. It'll then be a yellow-red card.
3-all.
And 1 point can be the difference in winning a match, and mentally also, it can be a very tough thing to stay focused on. I mean, think about how much work it takes to win 1 point at this level, and you can lose one that quickly by just misbehaving. 3 points apiece here out of the first towel break.
You toss, believe the service. You toss, believe
Right,
the
so she's
playing
just
service.
saying your ball toss but gone below the surface or maybe dropped.
Below the surface of the table. You can't dip your hand below the table on the toss.
Apologises for a little bit of missed contact, but still I think it's fair to say a well-timed counter there from Sam Walker.
It's not easy to spin it back the way he did with that much control, considering the heavy spin and the speed coming in. Ooh, I thought the receive was strong enough to finish the point, and Sam Walker just turned it up by 1.
Goodness me.
That punch is so flat and fast from Truls, but he's well prepared. High racket, Sam Walker.
Okay, so already I'd say a stronger game here from Sam Walker. Same number of points as he had in the last game.
But a much better position.
Yeah. Missed contact on that forehand, but it tends to even itself out.
It's always so tough to know where he's going to go. You have to prepare. It feels like a penalty kick almost in football, soccer, depending on where you are in the world. But
Yeah.
Truls just winds up for that shot. Not much time to react. Even that one, it looked like he was going down the line.
Yeah, it's just the Swedes generally, they're just so good at either just taking you out or jamming you up.
I feel like Truls is exceptionally deceptive. It's funny, I think of him as the male Adriana Diaz, and I would say the same for her. Their game, not only are they good friends.
You have to do.
Can I wipe this or do you have to do it? He knows, he knows. Players still don't love that they have to call for help every time sweat drips on the table, but these are the protocols to make sure that everything is as sanitary as possible. Safety first. We are in an amazing resort-like bubble here. I think for a lot of people this was a bit of a mystery. What's it going to be like coming to China in a bubble, being completely enclosed? But it really is an absolute privilege and resort-like. I like that fade, the forehand fade, that haircut we talk about. As he brushes the ball, just side swiping it. A little bit off the net here, Sam Walker with a break.
7-all.
Real chance here.
8-7.
And against the Polish team yesterday, was it the second match, I believe? And Sam Walker was 1-0, 10-9 up, and that could have changed the metric against Poland, which England lost 3-2. So these are the chances you have to take, especially against a top 10 player in the world like Truls moregard.
Maybe at the start of next game we'll talk about who advances, but he's saying, hey, there's a lot of sweat flying here. We're working hard, so I guess we're gonna have to stop. I remember Patrick Franziska said it was quite tough to stay focused, but we had to get the table cleaned almost every point when we played. That was at the last WTT event. 7 serving 9, very different situation than game 1. Every ball is different, the way he just sort of floats that up.
So relaxed.
Yeah.
You have to be mentally and physically to play those balls. Seen a lot of net calls this game.
Yeah, Truls getting the top of the net there. So with the third towel break, they're tied up at 9 points apiece. Pendulum serve, the first serve everybody learns. Good adjustment. There was a net earlier that Truls reacted to before he got the break himself.
Instant karma.
Ooh, some ITTK. Instant table tennis karma. 2 serves on Sam Walker's side. The last 2-serve combination of this game. A lot of work for a point, and he knew that he was exposed, that he was very vulnerable on that deep backhand corner, but the quality of that forehand paid off.
Well, as non-biased as I am as a commentator from England, of course, I did fear for Sam Walker then when Moregard manoeuvred him out to the wide forehand.
Ooh, and Sam Walker with a game on the scoreboard to level it out after being dominated in game 1, comes back strong and tactically quite smart out here. Adjustments made, and such adjustments, whether it's experience, fight, or determination, it has made this quite a match from the start. The first 2 games are split now, and that yellow card will mean nothing in the end. Should it not become a yellow-red, 1 game apiece. We'll see who takes game number 3 for the lead, because game number 3 coming up right after this.
Set game, England preserve lower.
Players back to the table for game number 3. Sam Walker with a bit of momentum here.
Lower.
So I mentioned that we'd talk about it in this game. Maybe it's at a towel break. But how many teams advance from each group? Well, only 2 are guaranteed. The top 2 finishers in each group move on to the knockout round of 16. Everyone else becomes a tourist, except there will be 2 spots in the men's event. Lucky losers, if you will. Now that'll be the teams that finish 3rd that have the highest world rankings. Not a bad start here for Truls moregard. Can't ask for much more. Guard.
Well, I thought I'd mention that, and the last time these 2 played each other, especially in a team event, was the 2019 European Championships. And Truls moregard won 3-1. It was in 2019, though.
So 3 years have passed. Truls moregard looking strong. Again, not a point dropped yet.
Nice length on the push there. You could see Truls emphasizing the fact that he had to really brush up the back of the ball because of that half-long potential back breaker if you're not careful about it. I see Christian Carlsen. It's nice to see him back after his injury.
Yeah, you and I have had some discussions about half-long. Again, if you're newer to table tennis, that means you can't tell if it's going to come off the table or bounce on the table again. Not afraid to try that. Short side of the table, leaning, reaching out in front. Careful is a funny word, and it can mean a lot of different things, but Sam Walker's come back before. I don't think of Truls moregard as a careful player in any sense.
No, no.
Oh, surprise, surprise, that flick.
7-2.
You know, Ma Long, as many have called the greatest of all time, the greatest in the game, the most dominant player, has a similar level of deception on his receive, where you can't tell if he's going to play it defensively or flip. Seems like there's a lot of miscommunication here. Sam Walker being warned about some protocol with the ball. I heard Sam Walker say, I just picked the ball up.
Then he tries to go after that conversation for a surprise factor serve. Truls is like, you can't kid a kidder.
Interesting. We don't see too many players playing mind games per se, with the intention of distracting the opponent.
That was more metaphoric, but
3-9.
I think because Truls' games rely so much on feeling, he may be less surprised by it than a lot of other players you may see.
Right, he doesn't seem like a guy who gets fooled or bothered by much. I mean, the opponent winning maybe.
Yeah.
We've seen that get to him from time to time. And then it makes him angry and he comes back, and now he's got 7 game points. The touch and the receive, the short game makes it so uncomfortable for his opponent to open. So 11-3, even more dominant than game number 1 where he won 11-5. We'll see if Sam Walker can repeat the pattern. That replay though, the way Truls just cuts with side and underspin in the receive. He's always changing it up. So an impressive game number 3 from the vice champion, Sweden's Truls Moregard, for a 2-1 lead, game 4. We'll see if Sam Walker can take this to the decider right after this.
I always feel like I'm out of position. Ja, de står där uppe och blockar någon boll om man har typ. Det borde vara bollkallat. Det sitter att den har ett multibollsystem. Han är skjutbar. Jag får papper eller vad?
First game, Sweden to serve, Lawal.
Players back to the table for game number 4. Truls Moregard with the serves, leading 2-1. And what a cover of that middle.
Right, just insane. Steps around really quickly as well, Truls Moregard.
I thought Sam Walker had earned himself a point by hitting it that far into the body. Oh, and this one. It's one of those shots that you just think to yourself, I'm really thrilled to be a spectator and not on the other side of this shot. Oh, right on the line.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Like a whirlwind, murderous shot. Kills the point. But the only count as 1.
1-2.
Right. This is on the opponent to not let it scar too much. It's a good point you make. It's not who makes the biggest shots. It's who wins the match.
Exactly.
You could have 0 points in the highlights reel and still win a match.
Truls may be thinking I should have made that final backhand, but the receive was nice there. Just dinks it out wide. Says to Moregard, I want to see how quickly you can come in on this ball.
Ooh.
3-0.
Oh, man. Truls even talking. I don't know if that was to Sam. It looked like he was talking to Sam.
Did, really did.
It was almost as if he said, hey, bro, it looks like we're going to have a pretty strict set of rules here today. Fair enough. I mean, it is on the umpire to enforce the rules. The rules are there for a reason. This is the tricky thing. The service rules often are not enforced fully, and some of them are a little bit vague and tricky to enforce fully.
Right.
So players get used to this sort of luxury
Right.
of not having to adhere to every single rule.
Yeah, as long as there's a human there umpiring and not a robot, there's always going to be some variation, isn't there?
That's right.
One of the most controversial
3-5.
faults I'd ever seen was at the European Summer Series. Marcos Freitas was playing. I'll try and remember who he was playing. Freitas was 10-9 up and 2-1 down.
This was just after beating Truls Moregard, I think.
I believe so.
The freight train, Marcos Freitas is strong, but his serves definitely get a close watch. Let's hear what's going on here.
I definitely think try and switch and get down there. It's just so young running around.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not doing anything special. He's not hitting drop kicks. But like, I'm just not moving. It's like, I can't get my toes with it. Try and get my toes.
Try and play lines a bit more for John. Try and get yourself backed up and
Time.
get your toes. Yeah,
England!
come on, let's go, Sam. Come on, man.
So Dave Macbeth quite softly spoken, and with the proper protocol of the mask, also tougher to hear, but I think you're quite attuned to what he was saying, Fraser. What did you catch?
Yeah, I believe that Sam was expressing to Dave that it's difficult to get up for it fully because Truls moregard was staying quite still and looking really mega relaxed and not moving around too quickly. But Sam Walker has to be careful that he's not going to get drawn into the game with Truls.
A little bit of frustration here.
4-6.
I think it's fair to say that neither player's been at their best here. And I wonder how much of that is because it's the opening game of this tie and they know each other quite well, so it may feel a little bit strange.
Ooh, caught the edge of the table, the faint edge on the chop block.
4-7.
Interesting. Did they just give the point to Sam Walker?
Too sure.
Sky lob and the counter-attack attempted. I'm curious about the score
5-7.
situation right here. They just said it's possible that it was 4-6 before, but I thought it was 3-7. Looking for that inside-out forehand counter. That's what a smash is all about. Look how far behind the table he has to stand to make that a comfortable attack against that lob.
That's the trademark of Truls moregard there, the third ball kill.
8-5.
He serves quite a lot from the forehand side, Truls moregard, with top spin into the forehand of his opponent. If he knows he's against a player that won't be too confident playing a forehand flick, it's very effective.
And this power also incredibly effective. One of few who extends his elbow so far, like the Chinese national team, to attack with that forehand. Taking his chances here, Sam Walker looking for any opportunity because Moregard's game is so suffocating. And now he's got 5 match points, Truls moregard. Not exhibition, but the lobs keep coming down. Sky lobs here from Sam Walker. Oh! It's exhibition now. Oh, but it will not come down. It was tough to tell in the beginning.
Yeah, I thought for a second Truls were taking a little bit less power off the smashes to try and keep it going, but a good moment there between the two.
Indeed, we even saw a wink there. Truls moregard, Sam Walker showing their, well, friendship despite the battle. That's the respect we talked about. And Truls moregard secures the first point for the Swedish team, a strong Swedish team, top of their group with the world champions in doubles. Matthias Falk and Christian Karlsson there waiting. Very unusual to see shots like this outside of an exhibition. And attempting to circle the table there, but it does not come down. One of the toughest tricks in the game. So the vice champion with the first point. We've got a lot to look forward to coming up next. We will see Sweden up, and there's the pose. Truls moregard saw his dad do it when he was young and just never really forgot. It felt appropriate. 11-5, then 9-11 favoring Sam Walker. 11-3 and 11-5. Too tricky, too stable, and in a high